What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Stormy here, and I am back with another video. And as you guys can see by the title, today we are going to be talking about Boruto chapter 67. But before we start, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and follow my Twitter link in the description. Now let's move on with the video. Alright, so we finally got the full cover page for Boruto chapter 67, and it is Ada. First, when the spoilers came out and they said Ada was on the cover, at first I really didn't get it, but now after reading this chapter, I fully get it now. But that's a video for another day. Alright, so moving on to page 1, we see Naruto running over to Boruto's dead body, and looking at Naruto's reaction, it was literally heartbreaking. He's saying this can't be happening, he's telling Boruto to wake up, like it was just a heartbreaking scene. Now moving on to page 2, we have Kaoki, Code, and Ada. And Code and Ada are basically talking about how Kaoki literally just killed Boruto. And Code says, who would have thought that Kaoki would get karma again? And to be honest, nobody did either. But then Ada says, I don't mean to interfere with any of your plans, but if you plan to feed Kaoki to the 10 tails, then we're gonna have a problem. Then Code says we're gonna talk about that later and proceeds to kick Shikamaru. And he basically tries to escape, but then Kaoki shrinks his claw marks to the point where he basically can't go through them. We basically have Kaoki walking over to Code talking his stuff. And Kaoki basically says that he'll eliminate anyone who threatens Lord 7th, even if that means killing his own brother. Now keep in mind, last chapter, everyone was swearing up and down that Kaoki did it for Boruto's sake. Oh, they had it planned. Oh, Kaoki was doing it for Boruto. And right here, Kaoki is basically confirming that he was gonna do it either way. And last chapter, when Naruto confronted him about it, he literally said he's a demon that's targeting your life. But this is also good for Kaoki's character as well, because it's showing how Kaoki's admiration for Naruto is slowly turning into an obsession with him. And I can't wait to see how everything unfolds when they go back to the village, because things are about to hit the fan. But then we move on to Kaoki beating on Code. Like, Kaoki was literally violating Code this chapter. Like, he's punching him, kicking him, like it's getting bad. Like, Kaoki finally got his revenge on Code after Code was literally beating on him a few chapters ago. Like, Code has been getting beat up this entire fight, to be honest too. Like, he got beat up by Boruto, or was about to get beat up by Boruto. He got beat up by Borushiki, and now he got beat up by Kaoki. Like, this man has been taking L's this entire fight in his own arc. Like, he's literally fodder. He needs his limiters off ASAP, like, cause this is getting bad. Moving on, we have Shikamaru running over to Naruto and Boruto, and we get another heartbreaking scene of Naruto holding Boruto, saying like, Boruto, open your eyes. Like, it's heartbreaking, man. I can't even talk. Then we get a panel of Shikamaru saying, damn it, Boruto, this can't be. And this part of the chapter really got me mad, because Shikamaru was being the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen. Like, he was literally about to kill Amato just because he put a bomb over Shikadai's neck. So that didn't sit right with me, how he was telling Naruto to get a hold of himself. Like, what? But then we move on to some more Shikamaru dumbness, and he's now just yelling at Naruto, telling him to get a hold of himself and stuff. Then we move back to the Code and Kaoki fight, and Kaoki raises his hand to blast Code away. Then we get some more A+ Lord Hokage meat munching from Kaoki.
Check him out, y'all. He dick riding. Look, he got the dick all in his mouth. Look, shaboing boing, get the dick out your mouth, dumb.
So after he's done with all that meat munching, he delivers a destructive blast to Code, the same blast he hit Garo with. Then things get ugly, because Kaoki gets hit with the same blast he was trying to hit Code with. The reason for that being is because Damon was unleashed. Finally, Code basically pulled him out like a whole shield, like, Damon, I choose you, like he was a Pokemon or something. And like, Damon is actually broken. Like, he probably has the most broken ability in the entire series. And maybe, no, not even maybe, he has the most broken ability in the franchise. Like, I really want to know how they're going to beat Damon, because the way it's looking like he can't be stopped. He might be even used as like a plot device, where he gets hit with a talk no jutsu and he basically gets like, switches over to the other side. Like, Damon wakes up on straight demon timing. He says like, yo, Code, you fighting, who are they? I'm gonna crush him. Like, yo, this man Damon is a ride or die. And every time Damon wakes up, he catches at least one victim. But then Code sends him back to where Ada is, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna talk about it later. And that was a good move, because if Damon had stayed on the battlefield, Shikamaru, Naruto, Boruto, they all would have died. Like, it wouldn't even be a competition. Then we get a panel of Kaoki on the ground, and it's crazy because Kaoki actually tanked an attack that was made to obliterate Code, and he just simply tanked it. That's some good durability right there. And then we move on to Ada threatening Code, talking about some, if Kaoki dies, then yeah, I'm gonna send Damon to dispose of you. But then Code had to reassure her that Kaoki was still alive. And Ada this chapter, her whole demeanor changed. Like, y'all are sleeping on Ada right now. Like, something big is going to happen. Ada's going to be at the forefront of it. She's the biggest wild card in all of this. Then we move on to Naruto and Shikamaru arguing, and Shikamaru's just like, yo, Kaoki isn't to be trusted. He killed Boruto without any hesitation, and that he'll do whatever it takes to achieve his goal. Then Naruto goes to Kaoki's defense and says what he did wasn't wrong. And then Shikamaru brings up the villagers and says they're not going to approve of this. They already don't like Kaoki. Then Naruto proceeds to say that Boruto considered Kaoki as a brother. And then he says if Kaoki's family isn't at his side, who's going to be on his side, basically. And then Shikamaru's just like, yo, this man is delusional. Then it gets to a point where Shikamaru starts yelling at Naruto and says, yo, he killed your son. What are you not getting? Then we get a panel of Boruto waking up. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be mad at this. Like, y'all really expected Momoshiki to just roll over and, like, accept being dead? Like, I talked about this during my expectation video, which you guys should go check out because I got a few things right about this chapter. And then we get reactions from Naruto and Shikamaru. And then we get a good panel of Naruto actually crying at the fact that Boruto is actually alive. But then we move on to the most juicy part of the chapter, and that is Momoshiki and Boruto actually talking. Momoshiki basically explained why he revived Boruto, and it was because if Boruto died, he died as well. And then he explained how he did it. He basically took the 18% that was remaining for him to revive and basically forced it onto Boruto in order to heal him. Then Momoshiki tells him that now, since you're 100% Otsutsuki, you are now ready to be used as food for the Ten-Tails. Now, this raises these stakes even higher because now Boruto has an official target on his back. New Otsutsuki are going to come to get Boruto and use him as Ten-Tails food, and now Code is going to use him as Ten-Tails food as well. Like, Boruto legit cannot catch a single break, and I feel bad for him too. Like, he's only 13 years old too. Then moving on, Boruto asked Momoshiki about his fate when he said those blue eyes will take everything away from you, and basically Boruto was like, I already died once, so what was that prophecy about? Momoshiki just continues on to laugh and just like, ha 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 ha, no, something bigger is about to happen. And he keeps on saying why that happened to you. Like, I want to know what that is. But I'm gonna make a video on that situation alone. And then we get the last page of Ada and Code talking. She's basically saying you don't have any claw marks within the village, so how are you going to get to Amato? And basically Code says, I already made preparations for that. And then we get the final page, and that is Shikamaru. So be prepared for Code to just pop out of Shikamaru in the upcoming chapters. But overall, this chapter was great. I really didn't like how Shikamaru was being a hypocrite and that the threat of Momoshiki is done for, which is pretty lame. He better be able to possess Boruto. We still better be able to see Borushiki. But overall, this was a great chapter, 8 out of 10. Great build up for what's about to happen. Code is literally fodder. Hopefully he gets his limiters off this art. But yeah, tell me what you guys think down below in the comments. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and also follow my Twitter link in the description. And I'm out. Peace.